Welcome to the Get Established Show. My name is Big. You got my man Shine to the right, Chiller on the bottom, and our main man D Jones with the quote. It keeps it all moving. We appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll be dropping the link shortly, so if anyone wants to come in with a comment or a question, we can do that within the show. We look forward to get it going. Let's get it started. Welcome to the Get Established Show. What's up, fellas?
Gentlemen,
yeah, what's up?
What it is?
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna kind of just jump right into what we got. Today is a very unique day. We just coming off of Thanksgiving. We hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I know mine, we had way too much food. Just way too much food. I mean, it was good. How was y'all's?
It was relaxing. It was good. I can't complain at all. Just good time. Good time. I got to see one of my brothers. They were here in the A, Mr. Shine. That was
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Got
it was
me
all good.
got me a nice little new spot I was able to learn about.
That's right. Shout out to Silly's Raw Reality.
No doubt.
I'm about to check it out when I get in town. Chilla, what were you gonna say?
So Chris.
Well, I wasn't gonna say much of nothing. I mean, it was just a good weekend. Everybody got to be with the family, got to sit down, eat, relax. You know, it was a nice weekend. You know, things were good this week. You know, everybody had their turkey day. You know, the way they wanted to have their turkey day.
Yes, sir.
So you ain't had your turkey day?
You know, I don't eat turkey, man. I had a Simon day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even eat turkey and stuff. So you know, I'm a pescatarian. I had a Simon day.
I had a little bit of salmon too.
Yeah, I had a Simon day with everything else on the side, and the mac, and you know, the yams and the greens and the
Shoot, you might well throw a turkey up in there. You know.
You know what I'm saying? Everything, but the turkey itself. You know what I'm saying? I had a Simon day.
You might well slid a slice of turkey up in there.
That's cool. That was good.
Yeah, so today is it's Cyber Monday, and this is where I guess the industry or the marketplace or whatever is saying that today is gonna be the best deals you know, coming off of Black Friday. And these are the deals that you'll find online. What's some things you guys been looking at?
I know I've been looking at microwaves because you know, Mother Dearest, her microwave conk out, so I got to see about hooking her up. Yeah. So
What are you looking at?
just a table model, or countertop model. Yeah, nothing fancy.
You know, you can go down a rabbit hole looking for those microwaves, man. I know you're trying to keep it real simple for moms, do.
Just big numbers and press start and end. That's it.
Oh, right.
No extra little you know, gadgets or whatever, you know, like well, you know, we can you know, got a voice activation, you know, weather, telling the weather, cell phone or smartphone hookup, and no, she don't need none of that. Just
basic
numbers. That's it.
Got you. So Cyber Monday, like I said, Cyber Monday is on today. There's a lot of deals out there. If y'all gonna take advantage of them, just try to be careful, because I'm a true believer that sometimes we don't know that the deal is a deal because they're saying it's a deal. If you haven't been tracking what the item is that you've been looking for, or maybe had held off to look at for Black Friday or Cyber Monday, then, you know, just be careful, because I think some deals are maybe, you know, I think some stuff got marked up and then marked down 30% or 40% or 50%. You know, so just keep your eyes open.
Well, that's the game, man. That's the game. Yeah,
that is the game. That is absolute game.
And watch out for those false websites that, you know, that'll post that they're you know, they're legitimate sites, but they're actually they're false because they just like to get latch on to people when they're surfing the web and they might have catch a deal they see that they're interested in, and then they go on that particular site or that particular link, and that link send them to a false site.
Yeah, Best Buy with 2 U's, or
Yeah,
you got to pay attention, man. They out here fishing. They trying to get you.
Mm-hmm.
I know, man. You learned a lesson on something like that, but that's another story.
Oh, that was last year too, wasn't it?
Year before last.
Yeah,
Man, Chris was irate.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it was a lot of good deals going on because I went out. I usually don't go out on Black Friday no more, but I could say since the pandemic, it seemed like Black Friday ain't like it used to be. It don't be like people standing out all night freezing and waiting and running in and stampeding over people. It's like it was moderate. It wasn't bad. So even like I'm like, man, I don't even want to go in the store, but I gotta get this and because somebody need me to do this for them, and I'm boom, and I jump like, oh, it ain't that bad. But
Well,
it had deals,
since COVID, man, everybody's online. I mean, that's the one thing about being indoors. People stop being like consumed with going to the mall and the stores for things. You got your groceries delivered. Amazon was already jumping, and Prime took it to another level during the pandemic. So, now people are less likely to go out and do shopping outside of the home. Why would you? You go to the malls now, it's like a ghost town. Usually, I know this weekend it was jumping a little bit, but I mean, I don't get excited about Black Friday like I used to. I got caught up in the matrix, I should say. I mean, if you think about it, the way the country is set up, it demands that you have a shopping spree damn near every month. There's something going on. If you look at it, it's never a month going by. You got Christmas coming up, then you got New Year's, you got the sales around that. Then Valentine's Day gonna jump off, and then Easter roll around, and then Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. Mother's Day.
And
then Father's Day.
You got
somebody want to spend all the time.
You got Memorial Day,
4th of July.
You got.
I'm thinking it may only be.
It's only 1 month.
It's
only 1 month.
August, right?
There's nothing's going on.
No.
But you got to think about it.
No.
Kids go back to school. So they had that tax free. They had that tax free.
You're gonna say that.
So it's the matrix is set up to have you shopping year round. Mm-hmm. And I say that to say there's always deals going on. Don't be fooled by Black Friday. I mean, if you are patient enough, there's something that you really want and you're patient enough to wait, it's going to be a sale that's coming around. Because the thing is, what you don't think about is stores have a projected sales that they want to reach every month. Mm-hmm. And if you think about it, if they don't reach those sales by the end of the month, then that's messing with their bottom line. So if you notice around the third week of the month or the last week of the month, things start popping up on sale. So all you got to do is be patient, do your due diligence, and you'll be able to get what you want at a reasonable price. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to to haggle a little bit too. Like Derek was saying, when the stores got goals. I know when I worked in retail, we had leverage of like up to 30%.
Wow.
The most common was like, well, they buy 2 things, give them 10% off, But I mean, we would do that to kind of help increase the bottom line. And it just gives you the leverage because they, a lot is marked up, just like furniture, for instance. It's huge markups on furniture. I don't know if anybody's even looked at anything. I'm not buying no furniture, but I'm looking for some appliances, and I saw some, and I think I'm gonna take advantage of it. The only thing I don't like is I'm looking at a refrigerator and a dishwasher. The refrigerator that I want is $998 in stainless steel. But in black, the color that I need is $1,700. There's still a discount. But I was online this weekend looking for stainless steel paint because I was like, I'll buy the stainless one and paint it black.
Man, stainless still ain't that bad, man.
I mean, it's not, but
it just don't go with the decor.
I'd rather have everything, match the way it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you better buy that thing and throw some of that shiny wallpaper on it. And they wrapping cars. I'm pretty sure they can wrap a refrigerator.
They can wrap yeah, you know what? That's the point. But then but how much is it gonna cost?
Hey man, that's why listen. You get real creative. Don't act now. You remember you took that bra off the Audi.
Oh my God, yeah, man.
So let's think about it, man. You grab a YouTube video and a case of beer, get a couple fellas over, man. Knock that on out, bro.
Yeah, thing be sideways. Yeah, man. But it's some interesting things going on now. Right now, now we all know we are from the, us on the show here, we are from the 70s, all born in the 70s. So we kind of grew up in the 80s, and hip hop was and still is a major product. But back when we started hearing hip hop back in the late 70s, everyone kept saying, even in the 80s after Run DMC and all of that, they said, oh, it's just a fad, it's a fad, it's a fad, right? So now there's a new currency called cryptocurrency. And right now, what's leading the pack is Bitcoin. And it's about to hit $100,000 per coin. So it's a digital coin. So my question to y'all about what do you think is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? Is it a fad or is it here to stay? Because we just celebrated 50 years of hip hop, which was supposed to be a fad, and it's even bigger. It's bigger now than it's ever been, and I don't see it kind of shifting. So I'm just wondering about this cryptocurrency. What do you think?
So I mean, it's hard to say it's a fad, simply because crypto came on the scene around 2009. So it's
something like that, yeah.
It's been around for a while. I know, when Bitcoin first hit the scene, people made a lot of money, man. And then, a couple of years later, it became real volatile, and people lost a lot of money.
Right.
So I wouldn't say it's a fad, man. It's interesting. I dabbled in it a little bit early on. I made a little money, lost a little money, and it kind of scared me away. But I think based off of what I'm seeing now, I don't feel like it's a fad, man. I feel like it's going to be around, and we're at a point now that maybe you need to get on the boat before you miss the ship.
Absolutely.
I think yeah, I agree because it's not government regulated. It's like people, you can stand to make a good profit off it once everybody sees the value in it, and that it's not, for now, the government isn't putting their hands in it. But I think after a while, when they do start to do that, that's when the taxes and the regulations are gonna be thrown in there. So it's all about getting on the bus on the front end, as some people say, instead of getting on the back end.
Right, definitely. And then the one thing that may be a little different. Oh wow! I just saw Keith's comment about XRP, which is a cryptocurrency, is also known as Ripple. He told me about it a long time ago. It was way less, and now that's at $2.75 per coin. The one thing I like about, and I don't know about all the details of all of them, but I know that Bitcoin, there's a finite amount, meaning that there will never be any more Bitcoin created. There's a finite amount of coins, of digital coins that will exist, and that's it. Now they will go into a process where they start what they call halving it, which means they'll be slicing the coins, but it's still only, I don't know what the number is. I can't remember what the number is, but they made a certain amount. It's like gold, basically. It's a finite amount, even though I know gold probably still get mined somewhere. But it is now the other ones, I think those may still be creating, but I know Bitcoin is, and I think Bitcoin is going to be probably your closest comparison from the cryptocurrency side, comparison to the hard currency of gold. I think that's the parallel or the comparison. So I would say we just need to keep our eyes open. There's so many investments that's out. I would say if you got questions about it, talk to your investment professional. We've got people that you can reach out to or people you can find. Just be careful about your money, because remember, your money is your future. And where we are, at least the gentleman here with me, we're 50 and up, meaning that retirement for us is around the corner. Some of y'all may be a little younger, where you have more time. Like I talked to my son a lot about this. He's 30 years old, and he is heavily invested and locked in to the cryptocurrency world and investments and all of that. He's the one that actually told me about Dogecoin. That's the one that y'all hear when Elon Musk always talking about to the moon, the Dogecoin.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I see.
But that's also another popular one. And right now, all of them seem to be kind of, well, I can't say all, but it seems to be a buzz of movement in the cryptocurrency in the U.S. right now. So, but that was one thing I thought would be cool for us to bring up along with just some of the conversations we have. And we are at kind of a crossroads, just in America in general. Rents now have become so expensive. But then you look at the price of homes and then the interest rates. So at this time, do you think, now we know we have a new administration coming in, okay? And, Trump is, supposed to be pro-business and all that. But what do you guys think about right now or going into next year? Or the first quarter of next year, looking at buying versus renting, because now in some complexes that are renting apartments, they're charging people what they're calling market rent, meaning that it's not the same amount every month. It's based on the market. Yeah. So the rent can actually change a little bit. Right. The rent can fluctuate. So the one thing about when you purchase a home, if you get a fixed rate for whatever period of time, it's going to be fixed for that period of time. Your payment will be fixed unless your taxes or your insurance go up. So,
well, I think it just depends on where you are in life and what your goals are. I think for some people, purchasing a home is a great idea. But for some individuals, it may not be. I know here in Atlanta, depending on where you stay, rent could be pretty high, pretty astronomical. But what I've learned, because I own and I rent, what I've learned is that there's a few perks with renting. Now when my refrigerator breaks, no worries. I call somebody comes to fix it. I don't have to worry about putting the trash out on the curb, no, because I got trash valet. My area is pretty secure because I'm in a gated community with cameras everywhere.
Oh my gosh!
Now, when I own a home, the AC went out. We talking about
yes,
it could be anywhere. It depends on what's going on.
Right.
The storm comes, hits the roof up. Got to get a new roof.
Yep.
Somebody kicked in and this really happened. Somebody kicked in my back door, broke in the house, took everything. Got to call the popo and the insurance, So it just depends on where you are. Now, if you're a single woman and you have to deal with grass, taking care of certain things. Some women don't want to be bothered with that, and they don't mind footing the bill or paying rent and having certain luxuries at their fingertips. Some men are like that also. It just depends. If you're older, you might not want to deal with that aspect. You might have owned a home all your life, and you just feel like, look, I don't want to cut no grass. If something goes wrong, I just want to pick up the phone and have somebody come and fix it. But it's just about where you are in life. Now, with that being said, you can look around, and I know here in Atlanta, and you can find something that's within your budget. We still have some reasonable places to live here in Atlanta. Now, if you want to live in certain areas where, you know, the city where everything's available, or an area that's real upscale, you're gonna get hit over the head. Trust that. You know what I'm saying? I stay in a pretty nice community. I do. We have a few amenities around, and it's pretty safe. And you know, I don't pay. My rent is not too ridiculous. I ain't saying it. You know, we pay, but it ain't what it would be if I lived somewhere else in the city. Now, what I'm seeing though, a lot of young people are renting because they're realizing one bedrooms are pretty reasonable in Atlanta. One bedrooms are ranging from $1,000 to $1,500 here in Atlanta. So people will be able to get condos, and you know, with buying properties now with the interest rate, it's hard to find something where you're going to be able to purchase a property and your mortgage is going to be at that price point.
Yeah. Right. Well, it's going to be right. What a mortgage will be.
So starting off, I know a lot of young people are like, hey, you know, I don't have a responsibility. I can get me a job here. And if this doesn't work out, I can move somewhere else. And no, I ain't got to worry about selling my place. So I don't have to worry about renting out and somebody tearing up my stuff. This is cool. I'm good with that. So it just depends on where you are in life. If you're a young couple and you're just starting out and you want kids, you might not want to live in an apartment because your kids running around, your neighbors complaining that they hear footsteps and all this loud. I really truly believe it depends on where you are in life and what fits you as far as what you have going on. That's just my personal.
Right. Well, I was looking at pretty much talking about I mean, that is important where you are in life also, but also based on the market conditions right now, the way that they are.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? The flexible point from there. But no, you made some great points. And you know, all of them are, you know, pretty valid. The situation is just, you know, sometimes I think about it and I look and I'm like, man, I feel like the younger generation has it a little tougher, you know, like trying to get a footing than maybe what we had. Even though you know, it kind of the money kind of supposed to remain the same, but wages haven't gone up.
No,
man, they have
as much as rents have. But like you say, for a single person, it is some nice places even around here that where it's reasonable for a 1-bedroom and even maybe a 2. It's just when you get into the bigger apartments, the 3, you know, bedroom plus, which you don't see a lot of 4-bedroom apartments anymore. But I'm sure there's some out there.
They got some.
It got some. I mean, it's just like going back, like what D said, is about the amenities. So, you know, because if you have a lot of amenities, you will be paying for some of those, you know, as well. Yeah. You know.
Now let me add this. I do know this young guy that is security at my job. He's about 27 years old. And these new apartments popped up, and he has a 4-bedroom apartment, and he got it. And you know, I'm not gonna quote his rent, but it's pretty high. But this guy was pretty smart. What he did, he went ahead and got the apartment, and he rented out each of the rooms to people, you know, some friends. Well, I'm not associates of his, and they're basically paying his rent. And he rented the rooms out at a reasonable rate. They wouldn't have been able to find the apartment at the price that he rented. So it's a win-win situation for not only him, but them also. They're just paying a flat fee to live there, and he takes care of all the utilities. And I thought that was genius, man. I thought
so that's one of the things they refer to as house hacking. And you can do it, you know, kind of in any situation, whether you actually own the property or whether you rent it. If you rent, and then they call it arbitrage. But I think we just got to be creative and flexible when it comes to dealing in this marketplace. And then right now, just going into next year, one thing that really concerns me, there's a statistic out there that always seems to talk about how hard it is for people to come up with $1,000 for an emergency. Being that it's December 2nd today. We're in December. We are rounding out 2024. It's crazy because it seems like it kind of just started in a lot of ways. But what are some things you guys would recommend to people so that next year they could position themselves to at least have $1,000 for an emergency?
I mean, pay yourself allowance. You already know that. Always pay yourself first before you pay some people. You don't work and not have nothing. That's even for if you're trying to put money aside for, Social Security. If your Social Security ain't there for retirement or whatever, you just trying to start banking your own self up. So I would say always put money aside for yourself. The only thing, and I think Big has said something a couple of episodes back, is that I know some of us have this knack to always spend money when we don't have the money to spend some of the things because we won't. You got to learn to manage your money wisely. And like I said, we don't know what's going to happen in the next year, but I think people should be wise enough than just, be prepared, prepare yourself for whatever going to go on. Just like I said, they just a month and a half ago or 2 months ago, just went on strike and it's supposed to be suspended. At the beginning of the year, we don't know what's going to happen again. They're going to renegotiate or something.
You talking about the longshoremen?
Yeah, the longshoremen. So I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we got to be, like stack up, be wise, have stuff aside just in case. Always be prepared just in case. Don't never get too comfortable like something ain't gonna happen. The person who lives day by day, they gonna anything happen crazy, they gonna feel the effect. But somebody who's prepared, at least it gives him some break between some space because he put money aside just in case something's getting ready to happen to help him out in a tight situation. Like I said, we don't know what's getting ready to come. 2020, we didn't know what COVID was going to do, and we went through that. So we don't know if we're getting ready to go through something else that's getting ready to come up in the next year, 2, 3, 4 years. But we need to be prepared for anything and have our minds shaped, to at least have something for, to live through certain situations.
Right.
And to build off what Chris said, okay. To build off what Chris said, I will challenge everybody to think about how much money you waste each month on frivolous things, and we all tend to do that from time to time. Whether it's eating out every day of the week, whether it's indulging in your favorite beverage, or going out to your favorite spot to party, or you just create situations where you can save that money and you could pour back into your household or yourself. You'll be surprised how much money that we frivolously spend from month to month. And over a year's time, you could spend $5,000 and not even realize it. So if you just look at your frivolous spending and just think about, can I do without this for a month? And you save that, you'll be surprised how much you can save. I'm sorry, Raymond, I didn't mean to jump in front of you.
What were you saying?
No, he was just saying it because he said I was about to say something, but yeah. No, I mean, just having a budget, that's another way of, of course, if that most people know of trying to save and manage their money. I know with wages and not going up as much as inflation is, I know it's hard, but I mean it can be done if we we work diligently towards it. I know. I mean, just being creative with what you spend, and like maybe you don't need the brand names. Maybe you could get the off-brand things. Maybe you could, like Dee said, maybe spend less on going out. Preparing your own meals, and like I was telling the fellas earlier. Like my nephew does, where he doesn't put the heat on; he just has the air blowing.
Right. It was one thing that Chris said that I really like. When he said, "Pay yourself first." but I would say it's easy. Like hearing that is good, but I'm gonna just give like a practical example of paying yourself first. Literally, some people can manage their money digitally. They can move it digitally and they're good with that, right? Some people physically need to have their money. They want to get a paycheck and they want to go cash their money and get their money in hand. What I would say, you have to do whatever you have to do to put yourself in a position where you can have what you need to have. So whether you're a digital person, I would say the best way, one of the better ways to bank today is going to be, I think, in the credit union system versus the banking system. The banks have tons of fees. Credit unions don't typically hit you so fee heavy like the banks, and you get the same type of system. But simply, if you need to put some money, like Chris said, pay yourself first. If you need a piggy bank, get yourself a piggy bank and peel off whatever you need to peel off and put it in there and leave it in there, and just keep stuffing and don't count. Because if you know how much is in there, sometimes people that know how much is in there, it drives them crazy and they'll find a way to get into that piggy bank. So try to do that because it's essential, because most people have modes of transportation. If you have a car, guess what? It's going to break down at some point. You're going to need some tires at some point. You're going to need some service at some point, you know? So think about those ways to do some things, and then be purposeful with it. You know, there's some people, there's some great ways, I would say, to seek out information. Like we got some, I saw some of the comments pop up, and Chris, this might be a great question for you. So I'm gonna recap on some things. We talked about Bitcoin, and I couldn't remember what the total amount was. Keith helped me out with that. It's 21 million coins. They're still mining them, but that's the finite amount of the Bitcoins. Now, this is a great question. And Chris, you might want to take this. Just let me know if you want to take it. So this is from Anita Brabson. And hello, Miss Brabson. How are you this evening? Greetings all. Am I out of the loop with the verbiage as far as calling it Black Friday? Maybe I'm not in tune. I know there are sales. I guess my question is, what is the history? So what she's saying, what is the history of Black Friday? And Chris, I know I could just see it all over you that you just want to.
From what I have heard, they said it's really slavery. This was the time of year after Thanksgiving. I don't just go back and do your own research, but from the little bit I do get the intel, what I'm just like feeding off of slaves, like they would sell a certain amount of slaves for a reasonable price after that's why we'll call Black Friday. I might be wrong, but this is just some of the intel I did hear. One of the things, I'm not saying I'm 100% accurate on this, but it was in that tale that this was a deal that they did sell slaves on a retail pricing on Black Friday. So, you know, you could get if you couldn't have the money to finance and get a slave like the rich did, you could get you a slave on Black Friday. And this is where they say the terminology of Black Friday came with on the selling, and it was on selling the slaves.
Right. So, Ms. Brabson, there you go. There's a little tidbit. I think we all kind of knew something along those lines and knew something. But once again, once it comes to just certain things, always best just do your research and be able to really dig into it to see what's available. When we were talking about putting money away, Keith Robinson made a good point about be your own bank and learn about infinite banking. That's a big topic right now in today's world, infinite banking, and people really don't understand what it means. There's certain things that we should all have. Everyone should have life insurance, and just everyone should have life insurance and understand that life insurance is not just for death. I'm gonna say it again. Everyone should have life insurance and understand that life insurance is not just for your death. It is built to ensure your life while you're living, and in the end product is of your death. So, I would say if you got questions about that, get with a licensed agent. Matter of fact, this gentleman right here, Keith Robinson, put your info in the link and I'll pop it up. He is a licensed insurance agent. So that's someone you can speak with. He's in Keith, where you license at? Just put that in there for me real quick. But those are the things I would say. Do what you have to do. You got to have at least 1,000. It makes sense to have a whole lot more because we always heard the term coming up, cash is king, and it's true. Don't just because you got good credit and all this and all that, and credit gives you access to things, and that's great. What credit does, if you don't have a plan, it gives you access to spend your future money.
Mm-hmm.
That's all credit is. You are spending money that you have not earned yet.
Exactly.
You have the item, you get the item advanced to you, and then you spend future money on that. Okay, so that's part of that thing. So with that, we're gonna move into. I wanted to touch on another thing. We're doing really good on time. Okay, Keith is licensed in Virginia and North Carolina. Dang, I don't have. Well, anyway, if anyone, you can reach out. Anyone that's watching this, we have an email.
Yeah,
Put in your contact information, Keith, and I'll just pop it up. And then they can reach out. That'll give somebody access if you're in Virginia or North Carolina. They'll just give you an access point. But one thing I wanted to talk about as well, like you guys saw on the top, the topic said friendship. And I just wanted to take a couple minutes and talk about what friendship really is. It's a point of service. It's friendship. These guys here, Shine, Chilla, D Jones, these are three of my best and dearest friends. And friendship in general is just, sometimes we have to be focused on how we treat people, and be consistent about to let them know what they mean to you while you're here. We've lost people. I mean, have left the planet. We've lost them. And sometimes you tell them how you feel about them. You tell them what you mean to them. And sometimes you don't get a chance because it happens like that or it happens unexpectedly. So I wanted to just publicly say, today that I appreciate these gentlemen right here, the decades of time, life, laughs, just everything that we've been able to spend each other. We've been able to support each other in public situations like this and in very private situations, because we've all had some traumatic things happen to us where we had to be there for one another when that time was needed. That's some of the power of friendship. And just friendship in general is about being of service. And I think sometimes in life we may move and we may forget. It's just like what we do. These guys are my family. This, we're not blood related, but it's nothing that I wouldn't do for them, and nothing they probably wouldn't do for me as well. We've just done so much together and just been, real with one another about, many things. And we're going to continue to do that. We can continue on to do that. But that's just, I just wanted to talk about that. What do you guys have? Because I was talking to somebody earlier today about the aspect of friendship, because I had a situation with a friend of mine where it's been a real long time, and this was a female, but we were friends, or we are friends. I still say I'm a friend, but the impact sometimes people are in places where you have to take what you try to be there for them, but you can't do more than what they're willing to let you do. You know what I'm saying? And I had a friend that said, I don't want to get too deep into that situation, but it was disturbing how we had a disagreement about something, and she couldn't see how discussing it or just hearing it didn't matter what I had to say. And this is like a 40-year friendship. One thing I can say about the difference between situations like that, and those gonna happen. People gonna have disagreements with these gentlemen. We always hear each other out. This is we are what I would consider an example of what true friendship is, because we've had each other backs from, I don't know, I met Raymond in the 7th grade, 1986. Is that right? Yeah, 86, 87. And I met Derek in 84.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't like me, y'all. Did not like me. I just want to let y'all know.
Yeah. And I didn't like him. And I'll be honest, it was my immaturity, because 3 years later we became the best friends, the best of friends, and it just never dwindled from there. We just
Tribe Called Quest lovers, Dallas Cowboy lovers.
You know what it is, man.
Hey,
I don't know how you grow up in VA and not like the Cowboys, man. It doesn't make sense.
Houdini, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but I feel like I'm rambling. What y'all got on?
No. I just want to add to what you're saying. I had a similar situation, and I believe I know what you're talking about, but I had a similar situation. The only difference is it got to a point that I couldn't be friends with that individual because it was hurting me. I had to step back.
Right.
And the unfortunate part is that individual died when we lost contact. And I must say it still affects me to this day, because I could have been the bigger person and stepped forward, even though I didn't feel like I was in the wrong, and I knew that being there for that person was putting me, were hurting me, like I said.
Right.
I at least could have opened the lines up of communication before that person left this earth, just to let them know what they meant to me. And I never really got over that. And it's just me taking that life lesson and moving forward in situations now, and just remembering that moment so that doesn't happen again. I will say with these gentlemen before you, like Big said, we have our moments, but we hear each other out, and we all have different personalities. So, at some point we're gonna clash. We're gonna clash. But the love I have for these three gentlemen in front of you, I don't even look at it like we're not blood brothers. These are my brothers. They are. They didn't see me in my best. They didn't see me in my worst. And like Big said, it's nothing I wouldn't do for them. And I believe the same for me. It's nothing they wouldn't do for me. And that's just where it is. Now, with that being said, Chilla is my blood brother. And it's really ironic how this friendship developed, because Big and Shine, we were classmates. Chilla kind of came in the picture later because of me, and developed a bond, not with me, without me, with my brothers. And that's just a beautiful thing. And we all have been tight ever since. I say that to say that you should value the brother and sisterhood that you have around you, because like Big said, you just never know the last moment. And even though somebody's going through something, even if it's affecting you, always kind of keep your eye on that situation. And if you can be there for that person without it affecting you, be there for that person and let them know how you feel about it.
All right, I'm gonna take a page out of Chilla's book. Let me jump in here and say my thing. I let y'all talk. This is something that I know that I'm very familiar with. As far as being able to talk to somebody. you know, I mean, they know about, and some people know about my brother and, you know, and what happened with him. And like I've always said, and I'll be transparent up here, me and my brother, we fell out, you know, several years before he passed away, and you know, that was always one thing that played in my mind, you know, once he passed, and it changed my philosophy on how I deal with folk. You know, my thing is, me personally, um I don't care how much, I don't care if it's friend, associate, somebody I just speak to, or whatever. You know, I'm not gonna cut you off. I'm not gonna stop dealing with you, even if you pluck my last ever living nerve. I'm not gonna cut you off, because I know how it is to cut somebody off and, you know, regret the fact that you didn't say what you wanted to them when they were here, or their last days they were here. You know, I mean, I've had people cut me off. You know, I've recently had that happen to me, and I'm like, man, that's fine, that's cool, because I understand that some people, they're not at that point in life. But me, I don't care what I do or what somebody else do. That's just not in my, it's not in my heart to do that anymore, because once you my friend, regardless. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just because you do something, that don't mean I have to deal with it, but that doesn't mean I have to, oh, yeah, I ain't messing with this person because, you know, they did this or they did that or something like that. Or you got a momentary feeling. But it's because friendships are hard to come by, especially these days when it's so many rules and you know, you know, ways of engaging people nowadays. It's so many things that people are so caught up in, when, you know, nobody just don't know how to be just pure friend, pure friendship. Nobody knows that. It's always a stipulation or something that got to go with it. When people just, if you just be who you are, and they be, and the other person be who they are, just deal with each other according to how y'all deal with each other, how y'all engage one another. That's it. You know, screw the rules. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Like with these guys here, it's no rules. It's just, you know, hey, these like they said, these are my brothers, and I've known them for a long time. I think I was talking to D you know, yesterday, is like, you know, I mean, our method of doing things are unorthodox, and we might, you know, kind of come together at the last minute, but we do come together and do what we got to do and make it happen. You know what I mean? Uh, one of the things about the logo here, you know, all this like every well, these shirts don't have it, but the new logo has the four things: family, love, spirit, and health. All those things combined with what we represent and what we're about. You know what I'm saying? That's and that's our cement and our friendship, and what makes us unique with one another. And of course, you know, it's always, like I said, we always come together and do things and put things together. So it's no thing for us to do something and be like, hey, look, yo, this is something we want to do, and we all come together and just say, hey, we about it, because hey, we all brothers.
I was just gonna say, I know I get on Raymond everlasting nerve. I'm one of the persons to get on his everlasting nerves, but I also want to say, you know, each person up here are real Jews. And when I say we are like Jews, because each one of us are authentic, and each one of these people on this podcast right here I can trust. So when I say we brothers, I know we got each other back. No matter how we might have difference or different concepts or perspectives, we all love each other genuinely. There's nobody up here that's separated. And we like I said, we clash at times, but our love for each other's better past that. If Big need me, I'm there. Raymond need me, I'm there. Derek need me, and vice versa. Big is always there for me when I need him. Raymond's there for me, and my brother's there. All of us is always there for each other. And it's hard, like you said, to find genuine people, because a lot of people will tell you one thing, but they're not your friend. They'll stab you in your back. They'll do a lot of shady stuff. But when you got genuine people with genuine intentions to see each other, because Big is the type of person, he wants to see us come up. He'll try to help us get in this and that and make money. Dirk is the same way. He wants us to get together. Well, matter of fact, if I'm going to get money, I want all of us to get money. And most of them are the same exact way. Big is, if I'm going to get money, I want my brothers to get money. Dirk, if I get money, I want my brother. Everybody's not like that. Some family members are all for themselves. They don't want to see their people come up. But the love for all of us to get on this podcast, because they have a vision that if I make it, I want y'all to make it. And everybody's not like that. And that's why I said these are jewels up here, because they have a heart of gold. They have a heart of silver. They have a heart of platinum. Everybody don't have that type of heart and love for the people. And when we do this podcast, is that we want to see the people, proceed in life. We want to, and I'm saying we trying our best to give you our life version in our own way to be a great, a message to somebody. Everybody got a different perspective, but so people can hear and help each other. And like I said, this is nothing but genuine love and brotherhood up here. Because like I said, if they go to war, I go to war, because I got each one of these cats back up here. That's just 100. Raymond will tell you, Derg will tell you. They know if they got beef, I got beef. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. Because that's how you, and when you family, you're going to stand by your family. Right. You ain't going to let no harm come to your family regardless. And that's real talk. And a lot of dudes, if we could just bond as people and brothers like this, man, like the Million Man March, man, it's like we could be so far along in life, it'd be ridiculous. And like I said, I like the way Big broke down and started off, and each person shared their perspective of what brotherhood and love is, and just giving examples of everything. And this is a family. This is what family bond is like. This is the established family y'all looking at right here, the foundation of the established. It's like, we the Mount Trashmore, the heads right here. Not fault. I don't mean the Mount Trashmore, but it's the Mount, what you call it with I goofed
Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore.
I said Trashmore.
That Trashmore. Rushmore.
Or like Rose say, the four horsemen.
Yeah, the four horsemen.
Hey, I got Ro in the backstage. I think he want to come up, so I'm gonna bring him up. Is that cool?
Yeah,
Go for it.
Bring up my other brother. What's up, Big Ro?
What's good, family? What's good?
It's good.
So, hey, man, y'all talking about friendship, brotherhood, and all that, man. I had to come and just holler at my brothers, man. Let y'all know what's good, man.
Absolutely.
What's up there, bro?
Appreciate y'all, man. If you're gonna be Big friend, you can't be soft or tender if you're gonna be a friend of Big, because Big gonna tell you what it is. A lot of wars in the studio done produce some good music, but just all of y'all in y'all own way, man. Y'all do a good job of not only encouraging each other, but encouraging the listeners also. You kind of treat the listeners like family, man, and we appreciate that. And, you talking about friends and brothers, November 30th, man, was Drake Goodrich's birthday. Rest easy, Drake. We've all lost some friends collectively, that we miss, in this big voice. But, man, being a friend and being a true friend is about honest communication, transparency. You ain't always going to like what's going to be said or what has to be said, but it has to be said. You want your true friend to be there to let you know when you're looking crazy and when you're not looking crazy. You know what I mean? So I appreciate, especially you, Big. I really appreciate you for always being that accountability brother. Shine, always appreciate you because I asked you to sketch something out and you sketch it out. it don't be right, and I come back and ask you to send something else, and you send something else, and that's just what it is. And D and Chris, man, just meeting y'all through Big, you know, y'all always gonna be my brothers, man. So you need anything, man, I'm right there. You know what I mean? I'm right there in the pocket. So I'm gonna jump off. You know how to jump on and holler at y'all, man. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. But real deal, love y'all, man. For real, y'all be easy.
Appreciate you, Ro.
Hold it down,
Same
bro.
here, bro. Same here.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that was really Big Ro is really like VA's version of Biggie. Y'all don't know that, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yep.
Whole nother
We'll
conversation
touch that sometime.
at some point in the future. Right. So with without further ado, it's come to that time where it's come to that time. So first off, to all this here, I want to thank my brothers for embarking on this path with me and for creating a space where we can share ideas, philosophies, and allow our community to be heard. To the community, I appreciate each and every one of you. And although this will be my last show, I'll be moving away from the show. Hopefully it won't be the last time that you see me on social media. Thank you for your time and attention over the past few years. And I wish you all the very best. And remember always, in the words of my brother, D. Jones, if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. Get established. And I'm going to leave you with that note. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in, for the time you've been with us. And like I said, I just can't say enough about my brothers. But I will be stepping away. And we look forward to probably having some things that we're going to do together in the future. But thank you again. And this will be it for a while. So this will be my final sign off with the Get Established show. Thank you for being with us. And thank you for being with me and allowing me to do and say what my crazy self has done. Till next time, I'll see you soon. Peace.